Welcome to another edition of Strategy, Management and Leadership. As you will agree, this is a very sober moment for all of us in our polity. We're in a season where we need to look back at how we've got ourselves into this mess. Were they avoidable? The answer is yes, they're avoidable. But what did we do about it? The NSAS now, or the Ed Bad Governance now in Nigeria, that is trending, is something that talks to the very root of our current existence. It's something that talks about every single one of us. While this protest, peaceful, was launched by the youths, they were expressing a certain level of impunity that we've carried into governments. So it's not just in the public sector, it's also in the private sector. So the question you need to be asking yourself in this sober state that we all find ourselves, and I hope you are, is could this have been avoided? The answer is yes, it could have been avoided. So the next question is, what did I do or what did you do about it? For some of us, we kept saying we need to avoid the inevitable. We needed to avoid the inevitable. We kept sounding the warning. And I recall in one of my sessions, I had talked about the need for inclusive leadership. The need for us to lead with a sense of moral conscience. So the question I'm asking you, with all what has happened all through the week, and probably may still happen, what is going to change about your mind and my mind? What is going to change about the way I lead? What is going to change about the way I communicate? More than ever before, as we have all seen, our youths and in the system, in our polity in Nigeria, people feel dejected, frustrated, angry, oppressed, intimidated, denied. There is a level of inequality that some of us have not seen before. So that's the reaction that we are seeing. With the level of leadership, or the kind of leadership we have been exposing or we have been providing to date, is it sustainable for a great country like Nigeria? Maybe you are listening to this from other clients. The question you should ask yourself, look at what is going on. I don't think it is sustainable. And I'm sure you agree with me with what we've just experienced in the past few weeks, which culminated to the horror that we found. So this is not a question about what is your tribe, what is your tongue, what is your belief system. This is about who we are. What have we been doing? So the current expression that you are experiencing, that we are all going through now, is a multi-generational, multi-ethnic, and non-partisan, and a multi-belief system. It's non-partisan. We are crying out, all of us, to say things can be better if only you, leader, recognizes that there are certain things I need to stop doing, especially when it comes to leading our people, taking them to their seasons of hope, taking them to where they know they belong. Our youths feel frustrated. They don't see a future. So the question you should ask yourself, especially those of us in public governance, what I am doing, is it going to create opportunities for others? Will it help me leave a better legacy behind? What I say in private, is it in tandem with what I do in public as per my leadership, as per getting people equal opportunities? In my leadership, am I inclusive? Do I consider every tribe, every tongue, every profession, gender, or whether I'm able or disabled, do I recognize the power of these diverse people that I'm leading rather? So we're in a sober moment, and I'm hoping this edition will make you do lots of reflection like some of us have. Once again, as a leader, are you inclusive? Are you also leading with humility, not with impunity, the type that we have seen that has led to the kind of experience we've had in our nation that we have never had whatsoever? We have never had this kind of leadership. We have never had this kind of experience. The level of anger, the level of distrust that the citizens are experiencing or that they are showing to the leadership of all political leanings, wherever you are, is humongous. I have never seen this before. I don't know about you. So the question I'm saying is, how can you change? How can I change? How can we respond to the yearnings of these children? How can we respond to the yearnings of our people? When we sing our national anthem, we say, "Arise, O compatriots." So what are we telling our founding fathers, wherever they are today? We don't have a perfect system. There is none, by the way. But we are saying, can we create a fair system where people can look forward and know that they have hope of a place that they belong to? Why should it be that in our country, people are forced to do the impossible? What takes people less than 1 second to do, it takes us ages. What makes people feel they are entitled to certain positions? Why don't you see your current role, as a privilege rather than an entitlement? Maybe we need to begin to look at that. Maybe you need to begin to look at that. Probably, if you do, you will see some of the things that you need to adjust better in your leadership journey. So we are all going through very serious season. And I'm saying, how can you change? How can I change? I sympathize with all that have lost souls, families, brothers, children, sisters, uncles, people that have lost properties all across the country. It's a sober moment for all of us. So what will you go home with? What will change? What will change in your office? What will change in your community? What will change in your state? What will change in your department? What will change in your ministry? What will change in the organization that you are leading? With what we have seen, these things are deep. And if we do not attend to these things more strategically from a multi-stakeholder perspective, we may not have even seen the beginning of what we cannot describe. Like I've shared with some of my friends as we discuss a way out of this, as we look at the best way to manage this, I am saying we cannot give up hope. I am also saying we need to have a rethink in our mind in the way we lead. We need to begin to think about others. Also need to begin to think about the way we communicate, the way we relate. We also need to begin to tell ourselves some different stories, some hard truth based on data, available data. We need to believe in our diversity. We also need to believe in our youth. They are not like some of us in our middle ages. They are not. They are smarter, they are sharper. They may not have a deeper understanding of certain things, but they are certainly not at the level that we were when we were in their ages. No, they are certainly not. So as you go today, I am saying that there is hope. And that hope can only be built by you and I, by the steps and the actions that we take. We need to begin to believe in telling the truth, however bitter it may sound. We need to believe in letting each and every one of us know that time is running out. But I'm hopeful, and I hope you are, that there is light in this tunnel for a greater Nigeria, for a greater community, for a greater system, for a greater future for each and every one of us. More importantly, for those that are unborn, that when eventually they come through to earth, they will see that you and I have been able to pave the way for them to have a better future. Until I come with you next week, remain strong, remain faith-filled, like I always say. It is not over until we all win and have the Nigeria of our dream. Have a great weekend.